Dude.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. And this is Lunch, coming to you live from Deltona, Florida. Here are the dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where kitties are playing around and doing weird things. And we get to interpret the Shroud of the Avatar news just for you and everybody else.
Just for you.
This is an hour-long show that we do 5 days a week.
As Laz has some technical difficulties this morning.
Restarting right before the show. I gotta love it, right?
You ought to know what happened. It was really funky. As I was getting up to go outside before the show, I knocked my keyboard over, and my keyboard hit the floor and started to do a restart. So apparently it started shutting things down. So half of the things I already had loaded and working, including my mouse to use the different computers, all got shut down. And I was trying to reload them manually, but it wasn't working. So, of course, the only choice we had was to do the reboot. And Selenia is getting us started here on Taco Tuesday with the sub. Yeah. Thank you, Selenia.
Nice. Okay. Ow, shit, that was not a good way to put the claws in there.
So, of course, no choice but to do a reboot real quick right before the show and get everything up and running. Thank goodness it's very easy to reopen everything, and most of my stuff is set to like open on boot, so it just comes up and runs.
Hey, that's good. That's good. Just making sure everybody's getting in giveaways. Exclamation mark bundle me, exclamation mark I love free shit. Because are we playing some marbles?
That's up to Selenia.
Marbles, Selenia?
Selenia, are we going to go do some marbles?
Are we going to talk about the Shroud news?
We've got some interesting news for you today. That's definitely for sure. Somebody brought a couple tweets to my attention. Well, a single tweet to my attention. So I had to.
And how's it going, Zatiri?
Zatiri, hey, there you go. I haven't seen him in a while.
Hey. He's like, hey. I'm on.
No comments from Selenia out there. She went ahead and said good afternoon, and then.
Okay, well, let's go.
She kind of wants nudes, she says, yes.
Okay, for a hot minute. Okay, so let's go to the Shroud of the Avatar Twitter page, or the Catnip Games one. Because, oh man, you know what's so glorious about it?
What's so glorious about it?
Nothing.
Nothing, honey.
Nothing, honey. But let's just say our friends over at Avatars Radio, which is no longer in existence because the domain expired.
Well, that's not technically correct. Avatars
What
Radio has been for sale since it was taken out of service. Okay, so just remember that
Well,
the
I mean that
domain's
that
been for sale.
is it being sold by the hosting company or is it being sold by a third party? Because if you go to avatarsradio.info, that actually redirects to a malicious site. Oh
No,
no!
you got to go to avatarsradio.com.
Yeah. Let's see. Is it up for sale by the Avatars Radio people?
It
No.
was. For the longest
Now it's
time, it was.
a Chinese website that's ManBetX.
I don't think you got the right site.
Avatarsradio.com. See, see. See, you've got avatarsradio.info.
Well, that's interesting.
That site can't be reached. See, yep.
Oh, is it Avatars Radio or is it Avatar Radio? I forget.
It was Avatars Radio.
So somebody's actually bought that. Let's see.
I mean, avatarsradio.info, which
Yeah, but they had that .com
doesn't
for the
do
longest
anything.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to GoDaddy and take a look. Hey, I'm finally in game.
In avatarsradio.info, click here to buy this domain, and the privacy policy is from no clue. Oh, parkingcrew.net. So it's a domain hosting company. So, yeah. But
Avatarsradio.com is taken. Yes, it is. And avatarsradio.info is available for $688.
Yeah. But the Avatars Radio Twitter account, which is really funny because remember, Avatars Radio hasn't been the radio place for a while, tweeted out that our stream in Shroud of the Avatar has been down for about 2 weeks while we worked on some tech issues. We apologize for the downtime. Remember, you can always tune in to our web feed at listen.samcloud.com or one of the many radio fan players on the web.
Which they don't point to.
This
was posted on May 12th, at which point they'd already been down for 2 weeks. And only this weekend was somebody reported to me that the radios weren't working. The only radio that was working was Mythical Music Radio. Even we were down for a few minutes. And, again, this post was on the 12th. That's why I'm pointing that out. So that was on the 12th. It had been down for 2 weeks at that time. Today is now the 21st, and it's still down. But then there was a post yesterday. Let's go to yesterday's post.
Yesterday's post was, notice, Avatars Radio will be down for a little while as our new management organizes and prepares for taking over the station. Thank you for your patience. In return, Avatars Radio will be back and better than ever.
Yes. So third set of management coming for Avatars Radio. I'm curious what the actual name is going to be when it comes back, since we know that
it shouldn't be Avatars Radio because that was Golden Wing and Amber.
Right.
Then we had Virtue Radio.
Right. Absolutely. Which they tried to call Avatars Radio, but they couldn't because Avatars Radio was already locked up everywhere, so they had to call it Virtue Radio. But it remained the same in game. I don't know why they allowed that in game when that wasn't the actual station name, but it is what it is.
And now we're going to have a new radio station.
The
But I
third
mean,
iteration.
I'm glad that there's a new radio station, third iteration of the radio station.
Well, again, I'm going to be curious as to who the new management is, or whether Amber is making a comeback and decided to finally take back the radio station. I don't know. I haven't found this information out, and don't know who actually owns Avatar's radio Twitter account. I know that there was a lot of to do about who owned the actual Patreon site and who owned the actual radio station in the beginning. Actually, I know who actually owned the radio station, but that's neither here nor there. And we know who actually owned the radio station for the second iteration of it, but Avatar's Radio SE Special Edition. But of course, don't forget that you're tuned in to Lunch with Laz and Jack, which is broadcasting on WRFB Radio Free Britannia, the longest singly owned radio station running in the game.
Oh, actually, the longest running radio station in the game.
Yeah, singly owned, yes, and yes,
and
absolutely.
longest running, yeah,
and longest running because
that's all Laz. Whereas NBNN News is the longest serving news program related to Shroud of the Avatar.
Longest running live stream. They told us we wouldn't last.
And longest live stream related to Shroud of the Avatar by years.
It's huge.
So we're doing something, man.
Also, the longest running newspaper in Shroud of the Avatar,
the Daily Britannian.
The Daily Britannian, yes. That's right. So, that's king of all media in Shroud of the Avatar. I made that announcement at the BMC convention back in 2016 that I wanted to be the Howard Stern of Shroud of the Avatar, and little did I know that I would actually blast this fucking
You're gonna have to drop more F-bombs and like do some more.
Yeah, you're not nearly as offensive enough to be that.
Yeah.
I tried to keep it clean. Somebody else just couldn't keep the F-bombs out of the show, so
I don't know what you're talking about.
We decided just to throw it the fuck out the window.
Fucking mom, control your language there. What the fuck is wrong with you, mom?
Hey.
I know you're dealing with Timmy and everything.
She has to live with
but,
Timmy,
Yeah, it's all Timmy's fault, right?
Sadly, my colorful language does not come from my husband.
Oh.
My aunt used to work for a trucking company.
Oh.
And he kind of said, Howard is nicer nowadays, Mom. Yeah. Selenia, what 80s station hasn't gone down to your knowledge? Please explain. Is there a station we're unaware of?
Well, there's only really two stations on, because I thought Mythical Music Radio I had to add myself.
No, Mythical Music Radio is part of the,
Okay. So there's only 3 radio stations that are listed.
Avatar's Radio, Mythical Music Radio, and Radio Free Britannia. Those are the only 3 radio stations that are sanctioned by the game, as it may be. Yeah. You'll notice I have a couple extra entries there that I manually added, but those are just both the other ways to get into WRFB so that I can check to validate that everything's working. There's an 80s rock station. Well, what are you talking about? Mythical Music Radio station?
I don't know. It could be one that she set up herself. Yeah. But, you know what, Laz, since you did get that sub, you should give away a Steam key right now.
You think, or should I wait till the end of the show? So she says,
go ahead and
someone gave the URL one day and she's been rocking it went into mine. So you share the URL. I'm curious what radio station you're listening to.
It's KUT out of Austin. Or is it KUNT from University of North Texas? And if you don't believe me, cunt is actually an actual radio station.
That's too funny.
Yes. KUNT is University of North Texas Radio.
That's too funny. All right,
Someone
we're
did
gonna.
not think that through.
Yes.
Oh no,
I mean,
they
it's,
thought it through. I'm sure they thought it through.
oh, absolutely.
But
Way
I'm gonna
back
go
in the
ahead and
day.
do that WKRP Cincinnati.
Yeah.
We're gonna close and give away a game key because of that sub. And Thradia, you are the winner. Congratulations. Let's see what Thradia is gonna get herself a copy of.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Thradia is gonna get herself a copy of Liberated. Liberated.
Oh.
Because we gotta liberate Thradia from the great straw pandemic up in Canada.
Yeah. And the actual official one is KNTU, but there's a pirate radio station called Cunt, and Denton's best pirate radio station. Yeah.
There you go, Thradia.
Yes.
And let me copy this here and see. Let's see.
And that's been there since like 2003.
That link cannot be reached.
Oh. Maybe you just need to cut and paste it in game.
I tried to bring it up in the web browser. It doesn't come up in the web browser. I just clicked on the link.
Hold on.
Can't be reached. Unexpectedly closed the connection. Let's see if it works in the radio.
It works in the radio. Because I heard it. But
I'm going to call it unknown for the moment. Yeah. It actually does work there. Why isn't it working in the web browser, though? That's really weird. It is really weird. It should work in a web browser just as well. But I'll check it out and give it a listen. Just because we have it now, I'll figure out what the radio station's actual name is, unless she comes up with it.
oh, I don't remember that.
Well, you can listen to WRFB with your
It's
Aether
Denton,
headset too.
not Austin, which is University of North Texas. That's out in Dallas area.
You just put the 80s. Very cool. As we reset the giveaway here. Our giveaway is now reset. But that's the latest news on what's going on with the radio stations out there. And of course, when we get more news, we'll let you know.
We'll figure out something eventually.
Yeah. We'll let you know what the new management's up to and all that fun stuff.
Yes.
But meanwhile, let's talk about some wish list items because, this is something that's been asked for quite some time. And I got to agree with Feister here on what he's looking for because, and again, we'll discuss this once we get through it.
Yes. Okay. Salvaging is a hit or miss prospect.
Come on. Start with the title, will you?
Salvaging wish dream. I might be smoking something, but I can at least ask.
That's right. There you go.
Well, I liked how I started off with, okay. Salvaging is a hit or miss prospect. And if you create something with rare to salvage components, how about giving us something that lets us salvage an item with at least a 100% of getting one particular part back? We, the crafter, made it. We should know enough about the item to get it apart successfully. I'm looking at stuff like salvage handles, heavy halberd heads, mossy handles, etc. it would be nice if we could salvage something we made and get one item back as a guarantee. Maybe a one-shot Kodo potion, or heaven forbid, a salvaging table that lets you salvage cough everything instead of going to table to table to table to table with an option to remove specific components you were able to.
A new table that
salvaging.
just salvages on everything would be some.
Well,
Yeah.
the problem with salvaging is, remember, salvaging is one of those systems that was put in
3.
and it was, we're going to go back and fix it and we're going to make it better later.
Promises.
So another half implemented system. What, one salvage all button? Yes, all kinds of things.
That would be nice, Shot Glass.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Pooh's like, so basically what you're saying, to use as an example, you craft 10 items with a Mossy handle. You can then add gems, masterwork, enchantment. Each one would then maybe one item that is then maybe decent. What? You can salvage the other 9 items and want 9 Mossy handles back when salvaging them?
Absolutely.
Which would then basically make acquiring a Mossy handle for the most part irrelevant. You just get them back.
No.
Perhaps, possibly. Your actual question might be, why are rare crafting components that are very hard to find when salvaging items so hard to find?
Right. So, Anpu, he already went through the trouble of finding them. He crafted them. Now he just wants to not have to go spend all that time to fucking do it again because they're so hard to find. Hello? But, it doesn't make them irrelevant, because if you want to go get them, you still got to go get them. I guarantee you he's not selling them to you after he's already found them. I guarantee you that. So, doesn't make it irrelevant, just makes it so that he can continue crafting with that stuff to begin with. And
Yes.
mom points out the best part, that it worked fine until they added pattern salvage. A hammer and you get wood and metal back, since that's what it's made with. Yes, is basically you used to get components back, and then they added the patterns to shit. And see, that was one of my favorite wish list items, was give me the choice of either salvaging for the pattern or not for the pattern. But I also like this idea of so Feister goes on to say, and he's got a lot to say.
Spending at a minimum 150 gold ingots, 150 silver ingots, 10 gems that can cost an obscene amount, just to hope that maybe I get a semi-decent item, because Shroud math, so that one item just cost me maybe 60, 70k gold for silver ingots, another 75 to 85k for the gold ingots. Gems, I would only gem the one decent item, so not losing out there. The handle, not sure on prices on them since I haven't bought in any while. So let's say 100k. A 10 run of Mossy handle something will run you 1 million for those handles. The head of the item is going to run you some ingots for whatever you make. 150-ish k for enchant and masterworks. And whatever gem you use is going to cost something. You just blew something in the area of maybe 1.5 to 2 million gold in resources for one item.
Absolutely.
And that actually goes to the way people price the items that they sell. I've always had a problem with it, because to get that one good item, you should include the cost of all the failed items that you did to get to that one item.
I don't know about that.
Poor business model. That
Hey,
is a horrible way to run a vendor, or not run a vendor.
Yeah.
Hey, both Laz and myself have a horrible way of selling scrolls too, but we've been doing it for years.
That's right, and we sell them. Well, first off, you and I said this is the price. End of story.
Yes.
We're not gonna, and we've done that since day one. We haven't modified our price. We refuse to modify our price, and that's
we just
the price
add a
we
zero
sell it.
at the end.
That's right. Add a zero. Yeah.
But yes, Having
That's
one semi-decent item from a batch of 10, if lucky, and the reason I say that, because you're not receiving all the items back whenever you go back to salvage all your mistakes, and you can't sell them to a vendor for whatever, so it's all a sunk cost.
well, again, he's basing on the fact that
Yeah.
he bought those items. If you actually bought those ingots, if you actually went out
Yeah.
and got it yourself and smelted it yourself, that cost is actually minimal because all you needed was the
Hey,
fuel cost. So,
a metric fuck ton of time. Time is money,
yeah,
man.
well,
Time is money.
I understand that, but some of us have more time than money. Some of us have more money than time. And again, it
Yes.
depends on how much you value your time and whether whether you're using it for yourself or you're using it for the sell for personal gain. So there's
Hey,
a lot to
yeah,
factor in there. Absolutely.
yeah. But you are not ever going to even see remotely close to the resources you spent in return. That's why whenever anyone asks me, why don't you have a vendor? Because in my humble opinion, it's not worth it. You bring me the resources, I'll craft you the items. I'll even let you watch me craft it on Discord so you can pick the effects. Enchanting, carpentry, blacksmithing, and tailoring, masterworking is all at 170. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So I get a guaranteed first and second effect. If it goes good, great. Just tip me what you think my time is worth. If it sucks, now you know why I don't have a vendor. If
I
I could
like
get
the
at least,
fact that he'll let
yeah,
you watch live on Discord so that you can tell if he's actually making it and not screwing you out of your resources too. That's a nice
yeah,
move,
yeah,
bud. That's a nice
yeah,
move.
yeah. Maynard's like, this is a game of wasting time and money. Yeah. But if I could get at least one component piece back, I would do a lot more crafting and maybe actually look at selling something. You better believe I would be out killing Torque Doll in the hopes that I could get stuff to salvage. And yeah, I might start off with 10 mossy handles, but I would eventually have 10 decent items that just ran me 1,500 or so silver and gold ingots and 10 or so gems, only putting a get on whatever is worth it. I just blew in excess of 10 to 15 million gold in resources for 10 decent items that may or may not let me break even, going off the cost of one item times 10. Not a lot of crafters have that kind of resources at their disposal. Yeah.
I don't
Man,
know. You got to 170 on everything, so apparently you've got a lot of resources at your disposal to get those skills to
he's
170.
been
Yeah.
he's been crafting a lot. Um, yeah, I think it's worth it. I would actually do some crafting of higher end items and higher end components for once. I have a ton of flipping unicorn horns. Hair is a pain, but both of those are fairly repeatable as long as you don't care about your virtues. Maybe
Or Kraken
100%.
at work says the game is only a waste of money or time if you're not having fun. Good point, buddy. Good point.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe 100% is too high. Maybe 100% return on at least one of the components. Most items take at least two or more components, so I would be down to a coin flip if you got the good part. Van Torian, it's like, I agree with more control over what we get from salvaging generally. Example, most times I would happily sacrifice the wood scrap for a slightly increased chance of an elven bowstring, even if it means I risk getting nothing. And I would prefer fabric scraps to another 100 ragged cloth patterns.
Absolutely.
I think there should be a chance of failure, no guaranteed return. Exercising this control should mean sacrificing something versus uncontrolled salvaging. Example, if you normally would have a 5% chance to recover a mossy handle, then a targeted salvage might raise your chance to 10%, but every failure gives you nothing. Maybe require a handful of kodos for each. No, don't fucking waste the kodos for a targeted attempt. That's just stupid. Raising from 5 to 100% would break the whole system. So if you had 200 skill, that would be 100%. Okay?
Based on skill level, right?
Based off of skill level, because that is the highest skill you can get in the game. That would be And if you think about the amount of XP to get there, even this our OP has 170.
So he
He's
would
still
have
got a
about
long ass ways to go.
he would have about a 75% chance of getting the
Yeah,
target item back, basically.
yeah.
Or that'd
Maybe
be a
80%.
70% chance.
Maybe 80. Maybe 80.
But moving right along, we'll continue this right after
Oh, pulling of a giveaway.
our giveaway. That's right.
Okay, draw entrant. And Selenia. It's a good thing that she's sitting on the lot today because I can just trade her a streamer bundle and be like, boom, there you go, Selenia.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Let's see who's winning on my side. And Dark Blue Monkey, congratulations. You are the winner.
And then I can reopen my giveaway. And then wait for Laz to open his so I can do bundle me. And Coeur d'Alene, you forgot an E on your me. Bundle 'em. Bundle 'em. Bundle 'em.
Bundle Continuing on.
Continuing on. Let's see. Vulcan Jedi's like, what about a salvaging skill that would allow you to roll for a chance to get back scrap, pattern, or components? You could still set the percent based on the rarity of an item, like add a salvage mastery. Ooh.
Ooh, there's an idea. Salvage mastery. Ooh. Who'da thunk? Who'da thunk?
Nope.
Nice one, Vulcan. Nice one.
Yeah. Then after that,
here comes that salvaging table again.
If it were up to me, I would add a salvaging table that allows you to salvage all the different types of items. It would save me so much time that I could just throw everything on it. And even better, if there was a way you could just shut off patterns completely without manipulating your skill level.
Absolutely.
Then if you wanted to add Kodos to each salvage, see, this is part of the problem with the skill gain system as it is. One, you remember in UO, like you actually had, in order to increase your skill level, you actually had to change the difficulty of the item that you were crafting.
Well, you had to start with iron ore and then go up to the next door and then go up to the next door and then go up to the next door.
If you wanted to get to GM, yeah. Who do you know has a character that was adventurer level 7 that only did one thing and managed to get over 100 in crafting?
That guy?
This guy never did anything other than crafting one thing and was able to get GM a skill. So maybe if they did a revision on the salvaging, there would be something that required you to actually get patterns in order to do stuff.
Mom, you should really just say these things out loud instead of typing them in chat, and I tell you, it'd be a whole lot more fun.
You guys are having your little complaint session. I didn't want to interrupt.
We're not complaining. We're discussing what these people are talking about. We're not complaining.
No, I always think that they overthink things. We don't need a fucking table. We don't need all this. We just need,
a variable.
A variable.
See, you said the most dangerous word.
Variables are hard.
Go back to the old system. You could get more than one thing. You either get scrap, pattern, or component. It rolls for 2 out of the 3. I guarantee we'll get more stuff.
Well, yeah.
I'd say get rid of the damn patterns altogether. Personally, I say it should be a system where you go for one or the other. You go for the scrap items or the patterns. And then from there, it makes its roll, and you get what you want because there's randomness of patterns. We've had this discussion on the side, and you have to be, I believe, like 45 to 48 in order to avoid getting. Tina, what is the number exactly? I know you know this number. What number do you need to
To
salvage
avoid patterns?
to avoid getting patterns? Tina will have the number, I'm sure, if he remembers the conversation. We'll wait for him to
Yeah.
chime in on that one.
So you make it even simpler. You add a new skill. You have salvage for materials, salvage for pattern.
Yeah.
Done. No crazy tables or
That would be great. Again, salvage mastery would be just a great overall skill, which would allow you to get D, all of the above. You would get, the higher your skill, it would be. He recalls the conversation, but he doesn't recall that Jackalope knows. Okay, so
because
but
patterns have their uses. They're just way too plentiful.
yeah, well, I don't see
Kind
like
of
a rusty iron sword pattern having its uses as much.
people like them. Not me.
How about dirty cloth boots,
Yeah,
dirty cloth
yeah,
gloves,
dirty cloth stuff.
lesser wands, or shoddy longbows?
That's just free gold. Some
Yeah,
people do them
I'm
though.
gonna
They
take
buy
my uberly crafted weapon and I'm gonna put a rusty pattern on it to make it look old and worn, so people can't tell the difference. Yeah.
you'd be surprised.
I would be, I'm sure. I would. Econda says, back when patterns came out, I literally asked on the live stream if we could still get components in addition to the patterns and salvaging, but didn't get an answer. That's not unusual, of course. Not unusual. But yeah, salvaging needs some love. Again, I like the idea of a dedicated crafting table just for salvaging because I can't tell you how many times I wanted to try and salvage something. And you'll be surprised how many metal items you actually have to go to a carpentry station to salvage, and vice versa. How many wooden items you have to go to a smelting table or mining metal table, whatever you call it, because that wood handle doesn't take any account into the fact that it's got a metal blade, or vice versa. The metal blade doesn't take into account that you got a wooden handle, and it just really needs some work and some love. So,
Hey, man, first iteration is what we're dealing with.
yes.
But yeah, salvaging needs love. Yes. And Adam Crow is like even making the statement. I think you could make a pretty strong argument that the system we currently have is pretty broken. Feister, I agree with many of the points that you just had. A 100% if we're re-rolling, yeah. But we don't need to continue the rest of that because Mom's favorite phrase, what we're beating.
Two sentences. You're not going to finish. You're really great at that.
I skipped. I actually skipped two others.
Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention to that. But,
yeah. So I skipped two in the middle and the two at the end. Yes, I skipped them. Yes. And I shall not read them. Laz shall.
Next topic. What are we going to go for?
Let's go talk about. I thought we already got this. The caps lock alarm.
I don't believe we did.
Well, wasn't it discussed a couple of weeks ago?
I don't know, but this was posted on Saturday, so we weren't here to talk about this.
Turkey said, I would like to see a caps lock notification on the login screen when you enter your password. And this was recently added, though it could be less intrusive, but it works.
Was it?
See, Elaine. Caps lock is on.
Well, it doesn't look like it since his name is in lowercase.
Well, his name could be on lowercase, and then he hit the caps lock key. Oh wow, this has always been a problem. I guess I have not been in caps since the change. Damn, wasted a good wish.
I've never seen it,
Yeah.
to tell you the truth. Yeah. And believe me, I toggle my caps lock probably
Well,
30 times a day when I'm here on stream. So,
yeah, I don't use caps lock very frequently. But at the same time, that is a non-standard location for that caps lock
yeah.
notification.
Dark Blue Monkey says, I just like the bloody login screen to remember the password. It's called
Yeah.
login through Steam, and you don't ever have to remember a
Well,
password.
that's only if it's bound through Steam.
Login through Steam, yeah, which
Hey,
means you're bound to Steam.
when's the last time Jack Frost was online?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Or let's go find Jack Frost. Yeah. Wait, why did I log in April? Oh, that's the account that I have that's bound to Steam.
Caps lock is cruise control for awesome.
No, it's cruise control for cool, man, not awesome. Work on that alliteration.
I'm not yelling. I'm not yelling.
I'm not yelling. Yeah, I'm just old. I'm not yelling. I'm just old.
I can't see the font.
I work in healthcare where everything's done in caps lock. Caps lock made me the man I am today. Yes. But yes, there is an option to display that caps lock is on.
Is it an option?
Well, it's not an option. Sorry. There is a notification that your caps lock is on.
Oh, now I got to log out and see this.
Okay, fine. Let's go log out.
Now I got to see this.
Everybody can see my
again. Probably the reason why I don't see it is because I log in through Steam.
Exit to main menu. Exit.
Let's see. As we wait for this screen to crash.
Yeah.
There we go.
Log out. You hit the caps lock button. Caps lock is on. It's just in a weird location right to the right. There you go.
Waiting.
You're still waiting? I already sent you the screenshot just in case.
Yeah, I'm logging out and logging in.
I'm already logging back in. I'm already 50% of the way in.
Caps lock is on. Look at that. Yeah, see, I just click on login through Steam and I don't worry about it. So that's why I never see it. This way I don't have to worry about anybody seeing my username and password when I'm doing this either.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the news over here because we got some great advertising.
ShroudMarketplace.com?
ShroudMarketplace.com.
What, where are we going to?
Continuing on.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't. With the caps lock is cruise control for cool. You still want to continue with that one? Okay, let's see.
I always copy and paste.
From a password manager, so it's never been an issue. But I agree it should warn you. It does, as posted above.
Yes.
It's like, hello. That is something I actually find extremely annoying. It's when people just post without new information or something else.
When
If
the
you copy
information has
from,
been given, yeah.
yeah, when the information's been given and you're just doing random shit. At my age, a daily memory check is a good thing to do. I will be moving all of my accounts to one of these USB keys soon, so that way I can lose it. Uh, I will not be doing this because of hack security, because email services have increasingly become inhospitable, demanding more security checks, more personal information, links to phones, other security changes, and updates in order to maintain email accounts. What about when Microsoft and almost requiring a Microsoft account to
Uh,
just log into Windows?
they
Come
they
on,
pretty
that's
much they
fucking
pretty much do that in Windows 11 as long as you have Home. If you have Windows 11 Home, you are forced to use a Microsoft account. You can't make
yeah.
another account. You need to go Pro in order to work around that.
Yeah, the accounts are increasingly demanding more personal information, which then treated phones and all accounts linked to that phone. For instance, one of my email accounts recently asked me, "What is blank 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 my third wife's second child birthday?" And when I didn't know that information, they then asked me, "Where was that person born?" Not knowing this answer to either of these insane questions, as I've had a total of 5 wives and 8 stepchildren. Holy shit, Time Lord!
Yeah.
It then becomes an issue involving a plethora of further communications to regain access to that particular email account, which means he set up that account when he was in his third marriage.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, shit changed, man. Shit changed. Google Calendar. I encourage all to take heed to take the step and add to the story. So, cyber attacks have risen to the level of insanity due to recent ongoing world events, taxifying all of our security medium. I mean, that's also why you're not supposed to share accounts between one thing and another as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't lose it. Or snap it in half while rotating your chair. Did this with my wireless headphone charger dongle.
And the funny thing is, if you ever seen a picture of the Time Lord, he looks like a pretty young guy. So I'm like, dude, 5 wives. That's like,
He looks like he's in his 50s.
a pretty young dude. Yeah. If you got married at 18 and you're 50 years old, that's 5
Hey, man.
wives in 30 years. That's a lot of fucking wives in 30 years. I'm telling you.
I tell people it's like, hey, a 3 to 5 year long relationship is good enough for me.
Thing is, he's a Time Lord. They live longer.
Yeah. Tina, it's always annoying you about it. Yes, I'm aware of that because that's also happening on my Windows 10 Pro.
Yeah, well, it kills me after an update in
For work.
Windows 10 Pro. It goes, let's set up your computer. No, my computer is set up and you already just did an update. I don't need to log into a fucking Microsoft account because there's a whole account sitting behind that screen waiting to be used.
Mm-hmm. Always caps lock your passwords and always add commas just to mess with the CSV.
Oh, that's bad.
What? Adding commas?
Add commas, for a CSV file because comma separated values,
Yeah.
Which one's the right comma?
Exactly. Yeah.
Chameleon.
That's the right kind.
There you go. Now, of course, Bergen hits him back hard.
Unfortunately, most people are not concerned with privacy. They prop up these companies that harvest their lives and evenly freely dole out sensitive information. Oh, you going? See, you said Bergen hits back, but Turkey was the next one. Actually, Katu was the next one.
Under Time Lord is Bergen.
Don't lose it.
Don't lose it. Yeah. So if you have one of those sticks, don't lose it or don't break it.
I mean, why are we talking about this? But yeah. Yes. But yes, people have all kinds of different ways to managing their passwords and password managers and notepad documents or post-it notes. The best thing was the man bear pig, because I can't believe nobody put the man bear pig meme on there.
Budweiser, what?
You don't know what I'm talking
I
about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, XKCD password.
It's from
policy.
South Park.
Oh wait, Man Bear Pig, yeah, but XKCD had a password strength policy where they did all kinds of like stupid shit. Correct horse battery staple. There's the meme. Let's open that up for everybody so they can see how you can do Troubadour and 3. Ooh, 28 bits difficulty, easy to guess. And then they go 4 random words. It's hard to guess. Yes, there's a battery. That's a battery staple, correct? Ooh. Yeah.
This is just a little too big for a browser window.
Hey man, you can like resize it to 100%. It all fits on my screen at 100%.
Am I at 100% here? I don't know why it came up at
250%?
yeah, it came up at 250%, which is really weird because
It did mine as well, so
okay, I was gonna say.
yeah. But yes. Commas, man. I personally prefer song lyrics to where I have to remember what song I was listening to. It's all good until I forget where punctuation was. And someone's calling Laz
Yeah.
to say, why are you talking about this shit? Like, guess we got nothing really to talk about.
They've been calling me for 6 months. They don't get the idea that I don't want to talk to them.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a very pushy healthcare provider because I'm registered with them and they haven't seen me. And they're like, "Well, you've got to come in. You've got to come in." No, I know you want money and you're trying to get everybody who has insurance through you guys to come on in and spend money with you guys, but that's not the way it works. I will decide when I need to come in and spend my money with you guys.
See, unfortunately, I need to be seen very frequently.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm normally calling, like, my doctor's like, "Why the fuck are you here again?" It's like, dude, I need to do my blood work.
Need more blood work.
I need. It's like, where do you want a vein from today? Yeah. Trying to stay alive somehow.
And let's talk about that Epic Shield real quick because we've had this one here, and this is just a
it's resolved.
Informational for you guys and gals out there.
Yeah. The following recipe from the Great Soda Wiki for the Epic variant does not work. 2 shields of attraction. Skip with everything else. I have 1 legendary shield pattern with the Royal Founder shield pattern. And then Anpu comes back. Do either of the Shield of Attraction legendary have the L status in the name?
For legacy?
And do both items have it? And do both items have at least 1 durability? And just to be sure, are you at the smelting station? Anpu, you are great. 1 shield had 0 durability. I repaired it and now the proud owner of a legendary Shield of Attraction.
That's
Yay.
right. So before you go complaining that your recipes don't work, make sure that there's durability on your items. Otherwise, you will not be able to craft, merge, or any of that fun stuff. Although
Yes.
I'm curious how he got to the point where he had 2 legendaries and it got down to 0 durability. Was he using a legendary shield before he got there? Because usually,
I don't know.
when you're in the process of putting these together, you know, they have some durability to begin with.
I don't know, but I love the L for legacy still breaking shit.
How is it breaking shit? Where you see it breaking shit?
Well, just because he would have had to have converted it to the new version in order for it to work.
Right. That's not breaking anything.
I know.
I mean,
And why does my
I thought it was
yeah?
stupid to do the legacy thing when you could have just taken the legacy items originally and just made those. You didn't have to rewrite the whole code just to do that. But
I'm
yeah,
aware. It's sometimes the difficult decisions were made more difficult by
yeah.
like adding different things.
But it is what it is. And you
Yeah,
know
it's
what
not
it
like they've never
is?
changed Shroud math before.
Yeah. It's
Well,
time
now
for
we
us
can.
to get the flock out of here and tell you that you're tuned in to Lunch with Laz and Jack right here on NBNN.info, twitch.tv/Genesis, twitch.tv/NBNN News, catching us in replays all over the place. You know where to find us. And if not, go look it up. Google it. The Britannia Mining Company wants Lomir to tell you all about it.
We want you. Join now.
There you go. WRFB Radio Free Britannia, bringing you the latest news and entertainment 24/7 around the clock here inside and outside Shroud of the Avatar, including us at 12s and 6s Monday through Friday if you missed the live show, hourly world news at the top of the hour, and music throughout the day. Nom, 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 nom. There's my Doritos. I missed them yesterday. For your entertainment pleasure, shroudmusic.com for ABC files and shroudmarketplace.com, the place to go buy or sell everything and anything Shroud of the Avatar related. Because real money transactions are alive and well out at shroudmarketplace.com. That's right.
That's right. You can buy anything and everything at shroudmarketplace.com because there's not a lot of things in Shroud of the Avatar that are bannable offense. And that's the only condition for listing your items out at Shroud Marketplace. And someone just put up for sale a
Take it easy,
player-owned
Zatiri.
Crossroads Village. So if you're looking for your own POT, you can actually buy it at Shroud Marketplace.
Really?
Yep.
Crossroads Village for 1,399. What is a Crossroads Village going for on the actual website? I'm curious. Let's see.
The value that's listed on that page is $18.99. That's on the screenshot. But if we go to the Shroud of the Avatar page,
$18.99. Yes, so that's a steal.
You're getting a $500 discount for a player-owned town at shroudmarketplace.com. So you need to go shroudmarketplace.com. Anything and everything. And if you want to sell your stuff, you need to go to shroudmarketplace.com, click on that register button, then click on that vendor registration button. And you can start listing your items for sale.
No Face Press LLC,
yes.
huh?
Yes.
Because I got high. Because I got high.
You got high? When did you not get high?
That's what's playing in the background.
I'm aware, but when did you not get high?
I don't know.
When's the last time you went to shroudmarketplace.com?
I'm there right now.
Oh, you are. So am I. But you, in the audience, need to go there.
That's
buy
right.
Stuff, sell stuff. Yes. But it is time for us to close some giveaways.
That's right.
Give some things to some people.
Let's close out the streamer bundles.
Oh, the streamer bundle is going to Brutus Valder on my side.
Econdis on my side.
So Brutus Valdor is getting a streamer bundle because he's a wiener.
Congratulations, Brutus and Econdas.
Yes. All items. There you go. And we also have a game key to give away. Now, which game key are you going to give away, Laz?
I don't know, but my caps lock key was on, left over from.
Oh. Well, I'm going to be giving away the game Morbid.
Morbid.
The 7 Acolytes, which is $25 on Steam currently.
We're going to be giving away a copy of Ken Follett's The Pillars of the Earth.
Oh.
Ken Follett's The Pillars of the Earth. And that's going to be going out to
And mine's going to Thradia.
Hubert, EK, Hubert, congratulations.
There you go, Thradia.
You are
Congratulations.
the winner. And of course, thank you all for joining us here today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a supporter of NBNN. We do appreciate you all. And we'll be back with more tomorrow right here on NBNN. Till then, I'm Laz.
And I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye, everybody.